Okay, you're over 55. You're out there searching the internet right now. You're trying to find a better way to make that second income. And you're way to turn. There's so many different choices out there on the internet. And you're looking and you're trying to determine which one is for you. What can you do? You see all kinds of different ways that people are making money. You're seeing these videos that we're putting out here on YouTube, and you're looking on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, and you're trying to figure out what is everybody doing to make this extra income they're making, and you want to be part of it. Well, that's the way I was. I retired at 57, and it's been a year and a half ago. I was eligible for retirement because I had worked 24 years in public education. I was in the HR department. I was pretty much the head of the HR department when I left. And I felt overworked, underpaid, undervalued. And so I was eligible for retirement at 57 after 24 years, and I decided to take it. I had my savings built up and everything, and I knew I would have to uh, make a second income, but not a full income. I mean, I just needed to supplement until I could get to my mid 60s. And then when I got in my mid 60s, I had another source of retirement waiting for me. So that's when I decided that I would go ahead and retire. Everything was figured out. Well, life changes happen. And we all know that things come up, things can happen. And when both my parents passed away, I inherited my family home. Well, and in order to keep it, I had to use half of my savings to pay off the debt. And that's when I was like, goodness gracious, now what am I going to do? Because I was using that money. I knew I would need just a little bit here and there to supplement my retirement income until I got again to my mid 60s. And I had enough saved up. Well, now that half of it was gone, I was like, okay, that's going to cut my time back on when I could get to it. Anyhow, so I knew right then and there that, and that was in January of 2026, that I needed to do something now. I couldn't wait. And I didn't want it to cost me my home if I waited until I totally ran out of my savings. So you have to think about these things. You're out there looking for a reason. You're looking to make an extra income, and you're looking because you're seeing that people are making several $1,000s a month, and you're thinking, man, that would really help me out. And maybe you're looking at it and you're like, if I could do that consistently, they're making more money than I'm making doing my 9 to 5. Why can't I do it too? And you can do it. And that's why you're looking to find the right thing right now. And you're looking out there and going, okay, but I don't know what or how they're doing it. Well, that's what happened to me. I got to doing the research because I knew I needed to make money, and I knew how much time that I had before I would run out. So I had to get started. And that's one thing too you've got to think about. You've got to get started. And so when I did started searching, I was praying all the time anyway, because I knew, that's just who I am. I pray all the time to the good Lord about anything and everything. So I was praying and I said, Lord, I've really got to get serious right now. And it was January of 2026. I said, it's time to get serious. I have got to do something because I'm dipping into my savings right now after I got everything, the will and everything probated. It was finalized in the end of December. And now I've got to make some money, and I have to supplement this income and put money back into my savings. And that's when I went online. I said, I don't want to go back to the 9 to 5 because it's not going to give me enough. And they're, of course, not going to pay me what I was making when I left. because I had 24 years in, so I was making a good salary. And I thought, well, the only place to make good salaries right off the bat is through the internet. It's like working in a big city, and I live in a rural area and everything. And that was always my choice. But I needed big city pay now. And I didn't need the $20 an hour. That wasn't going to get me where I needed to be. So when I started searching online, I started Googling and asked, how to earn extra income online. And the more I looked into it, the more I found out that they're doing digital marketing. So I was like, okay, they're doing digital marketing out there, and they're using social media platforms to do digital marketing to make extra income or make their only income. I mean, there's people out there that are doing digital marketing and they're making millions and millions of dollars. Well, I was like, well, I want a piece of that too. And so I started doing the research, and I said, well, I've got to learn how to do digital marketing. So that's when I started searching for, trainings. At my age, I'm 58 years young and I can learn anything, but I knew I had to be trained, just like any new job. They've got to take you in and they've got to show you the ropes. So that's when I started looking for different trainings of how to learn digital marketing. And that's when I came across a woman, and she was my age. I was a couple years older than her at the time that I came across it. This was in February now, February of 2026. And I found this video on YouTube, just like you're doing right now. You're looking out there and you're finding my video. Well, she was working a 9-to-5 job, but she wasn't set up for retirement like I was and am, but now I have to supplement. So she was looking for a way to earn extra income. So she was already having an 8-hour day job. So she couldn't, of course, do it. She didn't want to do tack on another 8 hours. But when she found this training, the training was beginner friendly. And she said, that caught her eye, that it was beginner friendly. And so then that caught my eye when she said that, because I was like, okay, great, because I don't know anything about social media or anything. So she said that the training was beginner friendly, that you only ended up having to put 2 hours a day in to do it. And she said all I needed was Wi-Fi and a smartphone. Wi-Fi and a smartphone. And so I thought, well, great. I've already got Wi-Fi and I've got a smartphone, and I am a beginner because I know nothing about social media and internet and digital marketing. So I am a beginner. And well, if I can get to where I only have to work 2 hours a day, then that's wonderful. I'll still feel retired. And so I was like, this is great. This is what I need to learn. And so I was like, okay, well, and then so she said all I had to do was, say, yes in the comments, and she would send me this blueprint. And that's what I did. And so I sent her, I said yes in the comments. She sent me a blueprint, and I started reading about this training, and I had to invest in myself, and and I knew that ahead of time. I mean, you're a smart woman just like I am. And you know that anything legitimate, you're going to have to pay for the training. Nothing is free. Now, info about the training is free, but the actual training itself, somebody had to put this all together and explain it to us in a step-by-step format. So they have to earn something for that. So you have to realize that nothing is free. But it was okay with me. I mean, I was willing to invest in myself because I knew I was worth it, and I knew my work ethic and all. If they would show me step by step how to do this digital marketing, I knew I could do it. All I had to do was invest in the training and invest in myself. So it's investing in yourself and believing in yourself enough to say, hey, I know I can do it. Just show me the way. So that's what I did. I invested in the training. And once I did, I the training system was helped me set up everything. They helped me set up my website, my web pages, the automation system, everything was helped. There was modules that I could go watch. There was lives, just like I'm doing now, live, but there were actual live people there, and they were saying, welcome to the program and everything. Here's what you've got to do. I mean, I got, you know uh you get into the community. When you get the training, you also get into their community. And the community is great because it's got all of these people. You're never alone when you're learning. There's people out there, and they're on the community live, and you can ask questions, and we're helping each other. We're all wanting to succeed, and there's many of them that are succeeding out there and making. The lady that I'm telling you about, her name was Wendy, and she was able, after a year, she was able to quit that 9-to-5 job, and now this is all she's doing is digital marketing and training other people on how to use digital marketing to make an income. And that's what we start doing, and they call that learning and earning. So when you first start out and you invest in the program to learn it, and like we all got to learn, we've got to learn new skills. Okay, you're gonna have to learn new skills, and so you have to be willing to learn new skills. Now, if you're out there watching me right now and you've got questions, just jot something down in the chat, and I will answer your questions. But I'm going to keep on going. So right now, you've got to learn new skills. So you have to be coachable. Sorry about that. Coachable. And you've got to listen to the experts. You got to listen to the founder of the training when she's telling us what we need to do and how we need to do it. So you got to be coachable. You got to be willing to learn new skills. You have to be willing to make content. And making content is just like I'm going out there right now and going live. Well, once this video here is live right now, so you can join in and you can chat and everything with me, and I can talk back with you through the chat, so you know it's live. But once I quit, communicating and everything, then it's going to be on a replay. But you can still go get the replay. And when you go get the replay, they call that evergreen, meaning the video is still out there and you can still watch it and get information, but it's not live anymore once I turn my camera off and shut it down. But the video replay is still out there and answering questions through just the video itself. Okay, so you're going to make content. You've got to make content, and you have to implement. So that means you've got to put it out there. You can't just make it and think that it's going to get out there on its own. But you're using your smartphone, original. Now this, I'm going through YouTube right now, so I'm shooting this video live through YouTube. Okay, and I'm learning that through the program, and that's the beauty of it. You learn all kinds of things. And if you would have said to me when I retired at 57, hey, Jenifer, you're going to be out there making YouTube videos and live, and you're going to go live on the internet and talk to people, I would have thought, there's no way. I didn't even like my picture taken. But I'm out here doing it because I want to be one of those out there successful. I'm not afraid to try anything. And that's where you have to be. You have to have courage, and you have to not be afraid. I mean, you have to be willing to get out there. And there's people like me and like you and all of us out there that respond to each other. And that's how I got into this, is because when I saw Wendy and her, I was like, man, she's like me. And if she can do it, I can do it. So if you're seeing my video and you're like me, you can do it. You don't be afraid, because what is it going to cost you if you stay afraid all the time? you're not going to get your dreams to come true like you want. You're not going to free up that time that you want so that you can spend more time with your grandkids. And that's why you're out there looking, because you're saying, I want to do what they're doing. I want to make that good money so that I can have time with my grandkids or with my kids, because I worked all the time. I didn't even have much time with my kids. But now I'm 55, 58, 60, 65, whatever age it is, and you want to spend more time with your family. Or you're like me, you want to spend more time with friends and all, because I don't have children or grandchildren. And I don't want to be alone all the time. So I want to go out to eat with my friends and do things and travel. And I do have a brother out of state, and I want to go see him. I want to go see him. I don't want to say, well, no, I can't do that because I can't afford it right now until that other income comes in my mid 60s. Well, I'm only 58, so I don't want to wait 5 years to go see my brother in another state. So I'm out there going to learn and earn and make extra money on the internet so I can do other things. And the beauty of it is that you only have to put 2 hours a day in doing it. And it's proven method, meaning that there are people out there that are doing this on the daily and they're making that income. Okay. And that is how it is proven to work. The community of people that I told you, there's a community of people that once you invest in the program, that are out there and they're making money, and they're either got to quit their job or they're supplementing their income, and they're only having to put 2 hours a day. And you don't have to put it in, like if you're doing a 9 to 5 right now, you don't have to put it in all at one time, the 2 hours in a big chunk. If you have 10 minutes or so when you're getting ready in the morning to do a short little video and place it out there on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, you can do that before you go to work. There you go. But the training is going to help you learn what to do, what to say, how to reach those people that you're wanting to reach with whatever digital products you're wanting to sell. So you're selling digital products, and one of the digital products is the training itself. That's how you get started so that you can start earning pretty close to right away, is by selling the training. And the founder of the company allows us to sell the training that we purchased and make 100% of the profit. And you're like, oh my gosh, Jenifer, is, and I'm telling you, it is real. It is real. And there's different programs that are in the different levels of training programs. So there's a $100 level, there's a $300, there's a $600, there's a $900, and there's a $1,400. And you're probably going, okay, well, what does that mean as far as, well, there's different levels of what you will learn, okay? The $100 level, you're just going to basically learn how to make one income stream, and that would be selling the training itself, the $100 training, okay? And that's how you can start earning income. So just say you put a video out there and you said, hey, I'm learning digital marketing, and I've invested in a training, and only it's $100 to start learning it. If you want to know more, then say yes and get the free training. Well, information. Well, when that person purchases that training at $100, then it directly goes in your bank. It's all set up. It all is set up so it goes straight in your bank, and you made $100 that day. But say 3 people see your video and they're like, man, I want to do whatever, she's doing, and 3 people purchase it, then you can make $300 in a day. And it's the same for all of these other ones, okay? So you can purchase the $300 level, and it's just more digital marketing streams of income that you can make, and they show you about those. The maximum is the $1,400. The $1,400 program is all of it combined, okay? So you're going to learn in this everything. You're going to learn how to use AI to help you make your content and, make your scripts, anything like that that you need help with. You're going to learn TikTok shop. You're going to learn affiliate marketing, how to make money doing affiliate marketing, how to develop a community, your own community out there on school. I mean, you learn all kinds of income streams. There's up to 10 to 20 income streams that you can have and learn how to do with the $1,400 level. So each level, but the founder wanted to make it affordable for anybody to get started. Okay, and that's why there's these different levels, and it's just each level has a little bit more content. A little bit more training on what you can do out there to make money on the internet. So, but once you invest in it, say for instance, a big thing about the $1,400 level is if you sell one $1,400 customer, you make the $1,400. And so you sell one customer, you made your money back. One customer. All right. Just think, if you sold 4 customers, one a week in a month, you make $5,600. That $5,600 is going to help you get more financial security. Put it back in your savings, or it may be more than you're making. And once you feel like it's consistent enough and you're doing it for, 6, 8, 9 months and you're making $5,600 a month, you're like, oh man, I'm going to keep doing this and not do that other job. Okay. So it's all up to you what you want to do and how you want to do it. But each time you sell a program, whatever level you purchased, say for instance, you purchased the $900 level, then that's the maximum you're going to be able to make by a customer. But so what if a customer bought a $1,400 level? You're only going to make the $900. So the $500 goes into the founder, into that's where that goes. Okay. So you only get what you purchase. So if you buy a $600 level, but you have a $900 customer come in, you're only going to make the $600. So it's, and I just bit the bullet and I wanted it all because I wanted all the training I could get because I wanted to pick and choose what income streams I wanted to do. So you don't even have to sell the training if you don't want to. Because there's so many multiple income streams out there, you're like, oh, well, this is a better fit for me. I really like this. And so I'm going to learn everything about this. And that's what I'm going to implement out there. And that's what how I'm going to make my money. And then once you start making the money in that, then you can branch out and say, okay, now I've got that going. So now I want to try this. I'm going to add that to my incomes. You can have 5, 6 income streams going all at the same time. All different types of income streams going. But you've got to get the training so you can learn what those are and how to put them out there. But it's all through social media. So if you already have a social media platform like Facebook that you use to socialize with, then you're a step ahead of me because I don't have any social media platforms. I didn't do anything because I didn't need it, and so I didn't use it. But if you do, you're already got a base of people out there that when you put your content out there in that social media on that platform, people are going to see it and they're going to go, man, what's she doing? And you're going to explain to them, hey, this is what I'm doing and everything. And they're going, man, I want to do that too. And so then they're going to get in there and start looking and, and then you're going to go, well, if they want to do it, I'm going to sell that training to them because I can make money selling that training to them. And then they can get the training and then they can start doing that and I can support them. And that's how we do it in the community. We support each other. So if you're out there right now and you got any questions, just shoot me a quick chat and I'll answer your questions for you. But basically what you have to do is you've got to get educated. All right. But once you start getting educated, the sky is the limit out there. And you're probably going, well, Jenifer, everybody's doing it. I see all these videos out there. We're not all doing the same thing. We're not all doing the same thing. And just think, it's like a big, big city out there. And you've got people, you know how you go. I mean, I haven't been to New York City. I've been to New York State, but not in New York City. But I've seen it on TV. And all those people, I mean, there's millions of people walking the streets in New York, and they're working somewhere. They're doing something, and there's not too many of them. You know, they're excuse me. There's not too many of them. They're all working out there. So there's 5+ billion people getting on the internet daily. 5+ billion people. I even learned that during this training, in this training. And I was like, whoa, 5 billion. So there's enough room for everybody to make money out there. Just think of it as a big old city. Okay? Think of it as a big city out there, and there's 5 billion people getting on the internet, and they're looking for different things. They're either purchasing physical products out there, they're going to college online, they're, you know, looking for education, they're looking for coaching, and they're looking for, you know, things like that to help them out, to figure out how they can do answer the questions that they have. Say, you know, like, you know, I would get on the internet, and, you know, if, because I'm a independent woman and everything, and I like to fix my own things. And so if I had a leaky faucet or whatever, I'd get on the internet and find a YouTube video on how to fix my leaky faucet. Well, those people putting the answers out there for me and everything to answer my leaky faucet question, they're making money putting that out there for me to see. Okay, and that's what you end up doing, is you're making content out there so you can use your passion and everything and make an income out there on the internet. You just have to learn how to put it out there and where to put it out there for people to see it. Because when there's 5 billion people getting out there on the internet, you want the people that you're trying to connect with to see the information. And those are all things that you learn in the training. So whenever I invested in myself and in this training, I knew that that's what I needed to do. But if you're a person that you don't want to do content every day and put stuff on the internet, then this isn't the thing for you, you know, but that's what the majority of people are doing out there, is that, you know, because you see their content, and that's what they're doing to make extra money. And then, they're making millions because that's all they do all day. And it is work. You've got to start, though, and you've got to put the content out there. And it doesn't have to be perfect. People want humans. I'm a human. They want me to be real. I'm real. And I'm learning. I'm 58 years young. I'm fixing to be 59 next month, you know. But I'm like, I'm not too old to do it and get started. And I'm like, I want to be successful out there, and I will be, because I'm willing to do the effort. I was willing to invest in myself and get out there. I mean, you can't do it sitting and just scrolling through the internet and going, oh, that looks like that would be fun, or oh, wow, what are they doing there, you know, or what's Jenifer doing now, you know. If you don't take action, nothing's going to happen and nothing's going to change. And you're still going to worry every day that, how am I going to, you know, I don't want to be a burden to my family one day. You know, I don't want my kids to have to support me, or my grandkids. Well, if that's true and you really don't want to be a burden, then you've got to figure out that it's going to take educating yourself on how to make that extra income and put it out there on the internet and encourage other people to do the same. And we can all learn and earn. There's not too many people out there. Just think of it the same way you think about universities. I mean, there's universities that have been teaching students the same thing every year: how to be doctors, lawyers, teachers, engineers, social workers, you name it, you know. They're out there, and they're teaching the same curriculums every year. So there's not too many people doing digital marketing. You can do it, but you have to be willing to take the step, get the training, and start learning and earning. And it's as simple as that. And then that once you, like I did, I took that step and I said, I feel so much better because I'm taking the action to be successful. No, I am not successful right now. That's okay. I knew it was going to take time to learn it and get my content out there, and they tell you that. But you've got to get started. And the more you put out there, the more people find it. The more people find it, and then it just starts to snowball. And then it starts, catching traction, and it gains momentum, and then more and more people. It gets in front of more and more and more and more people, and then it starts to make this huge snowball effect, and then you start earning that income. And so, but if you sit there and do nothing, nothing changes. And you have to think, what is it costing me? What is it costing you to just sit there and just scroll and say, oh, I wish I could. I wish I could do that. You've got to stop wishing. And if you're praying to the good Lord, and like I was, I took action. When I found it, I took action. He told me, Jenifer, cast your net out there in the internet. And that's what I did. Because I knew I didn't want to go back to the 9 to 5. I wasn't going to be making enough. And I said, when I found this training, I looked it up. It was a legitimate, proven training method to learn how to do the digital marketing. And I invested in myself because I believe in myself. And that's what I'm doing. And I will be successful out there. You're going to see me out there this year, next year, and the next year. And I'm going to end up coaching people and everything and saying, hey, and in 3 years from now, you're going to see me. And I don't want you still sitting there going, man, I saw Jenifer 3 years back and she told me she was going to be successful out there. And I was like, oh, yeah, right, sure. Or I can't do that. I'm too old to do that, and then you're going to kick yourself because you wish you would have got started when you saw me for the first time. And I will help you just like all of us in our community help each other and support each other. You're never alone in the process unless you just want to be. But you're never alone in the process. And like I said, you get to talk to live people, and it's great. I've met people from Canada, Oregon, Utah, Washington, Wisconsin, Dallas. I mean, I'm in Texas, Dallas, down on the coast, Georgia, and you get to meet people from all over the United States and the world. I mean, I've met somebody. She lives in London. And so you're always getting to meet people from all over the world, and it's awesome. And you can talk to them. You can bounce ideas off of each other, and we all start like one of my friends now, I talk to her every week, and she's in Canada because we started about the same time, and we talk to each other and we encourage each other and see how things are going. And we're putting chats in the community and going on live calls. So there's all kinds of ways to make that income. But you've got to get educated, and you're going to start educating yourself, and then you're going to educate other people, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I never thought I would be doing it, but it is a lot of fun. And I'm glad if you're out there watching this right now and you're just afraid to ask a question, that's okay. Maybe next time you will. So I'll keep putting these lives out there, and I'll keep getting on. I've been having some internet issues. So it's been a week or two since because that's one thing, you got to have good Wi-Fi. And sometimes us that live in these rural communities, I don't even have fiber optics where I'm at. So I'm having some internet issues, but I'm getting those figured out. So you do got to have, or you're going to have some hurdles where it gets slower or everything, and you can't do everything at one time. So I've had some internet issues, but I'm getting those worked out, and I'll see you out there again. So thank you for coming in and watching. If you didn't chat with me, that's okay. I'll see you on the next go around. But if you want to know more about what I'm doing, say Blueprint in the comments and I'll get you the free blueprint. It's totally free. You will have to give me your email address, but I promise you I won't send you anything but the free blueprint unless you email me and want more information or you want to just chat with me or something. That's fine. But all I'll send you is the blueprint. Okay? And when you give these, it's as simple as giving me your email. I'll send you the blueprint. If it doesn't interest you, all you have to do is unsubscribe. It's not a scary thing to give your email. I mean, it isn't. I can't do anything with it except for email you back. I mean, and if you don't want to hear from me anymore, all you have to do is unsubscribe, and I won't email you anymore. So just say blueprint in the comments and I'll get you the free information. Thank you for listening, and I hope y'all have a great evening. And next time, please chat with me and tell me where you're from. Thank you. Bye.